بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فيهما عينان نضاختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما فاكهة ونخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان صدق الله العلي العظيم. Ninth class lecture number 17 and the classification how the animals and the plants will be adjusted into different kingdoms, into the different classes, and that is my topic for the ninth class. And the bacteria is a prokaryote, fungi is between animal and plants. This sentence also to be modified, it is between animal and plants. This sentence is suitable for Euglena and fungi both, but why the fungi is different? Because you will say, sir, if the Euglena is resemble the fungi, you must keep fungi in the protista. No, fungi will not be able to adjust in the protista because it has a unique habit of feeding, which I am naming again and again. Absorptive mode of nutrition. In your book it will be written heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and that will be changed in the senior classes. Absorptive mode of nutrition I will change. Now go back to the next point, classification. Today I will compare the table, how you will adjust these 5 kingdoms. So one by one I will tell you 5 kingdoms are written, students. Munira, Mr. Munir Saab, Munira, prokaryote, bacteria, very important because many bacteria are causing the disease in the human bodies, and to study the bacteria it is very essential for us. Study of the bacteria is called bacteriology and study of the virus is called virology, and still we are researching so much in the world about the virus and the bacteria. Still the viruses are winning the games, bacteria are winning the games. What is the evidence? Did you see the lot of the patients which are present in the hospitals? Did you see the currently epidemic disease of corona that is being spread throughout the world? Why? Because we are still lacking the knowledge about the virus and the bacteria. So my sons, I will tell you one field more because I will keep telling you. I am a good counselor also because I was telling the fields in the classes for the first year and the second year, but at your level I will tell you. You just made a file, and if you want to grow in medical sciences, this is also one of the field. You should go to math fields as well, but this field also, if you are going to enter into medical field, so you should classify in the mathematical departments also, in the biological department also, what are the professional jobs or professional courses which are available. So I will tell you, this is one of the type of field I am telling you today. It is not MBBS, it is not the BDS. BDS are very common, and definitely the many people will guide you about that. I will also guide about MBBS. Study of bacteria is bacteriology. Yes, you can become bacteriologist. And currently which professionals are lacking in the world, and they are getting visas also, they are going overseas for research. Yes, of course, the microbiologist, the bacteriologist, the virologist. Munira, you are going to study the Munira if you are bacteriologist. If you are going to study virus if you are virologist or microbiologist. So protista, I will tell you. What is the protista? Okay, no, I will tell you Munira first of all. Second one is the protista. The topic, the most diverse kingdom. That means plants will be adjusted, the animals will be adjusted. Plants will be adjusted in the kingdom Plante. Plants will be adjusted mean plant like animals will be adjusted. So why these plants are not in the kingdom Plante? Because they have a different characters. I will speak one sentence, will be clarify you. They don't fulfill the definition of the plants. They cannot fulfill the definition of the plants. They cannot fulfill the definition of animals. When they will not fulfill the definition of the plants, they will not fulfill the definition of the animals. So definitely what you will do, you will adjust in the protista. Fungus, very unique organisms. In this chapter you are your eyes are opened. I know Because when you were studying science, you was only thinking plants, animal, plants, animal. Now you are thinking world is more vast, and there are some living things who are not plants, who are not animals. Bacteria you cannot say plants or animals. Euglena you cannot say plants and animals. Monera organisms you cannot say plants or animals. Fungi you cannot say plants or animals. Animal like protista you cannot say plants or animals. You cannot say plant like protista, you cannot say animals and plants. Cyanobacteria you cannot say the animal or plants. So this world is more not plants, not animals. Plants, animals are less even. So protista is a diverse kingdom. Diverse kingdom I can define in one way. Our mind is not vast, but not approaching the creator. Okay, there is a space between us and creator, because creator can make a thing which we cannot even, we can research only, and we can just point out those things which we created by the creator, and the creatures created by the creator Allah Ta'ala, we can just see, we can just point out, and we can point out 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, but not 100%. That is the game is going on till Qiyamah. We will keep researching the things. So if I will say this is the drawback, little bit drawback of research about the protista. I'm not telling that that research is not up to that level. I'm just comparing. We cannot approach the 100% things created by the creator. Some things will be left, and that thing will be left by deliberately, by nature will make some things which human beings cannot be able to. I will give you example in chromosomes. I have lot of examples. I personally observed the DNA structure. Some DNA you cannot even imagine. Some things you cannot imagine. Mutation you cannot imagine. I have used one word which should not be used at your level. But I will tell you some things will not be, we are unable to point out. So it means that things which we will be able to point out will be very easy to adjust. For example, Monera is very easy to adjust, because without a well-defined nucleus. Plante mean they are the plants, animals mean they are animals. Fungi even, but they are not plants, they are not animals, and they do not resemble. This is the thing. I will say this is the drawback, that we are unable to identify some living things, and we just raise our hands, and we are just telling by all type of living things which we are unable to classify, we will keep in protest. I mean, just like the student who is not going to adjust in 9th, 10th, first year, second year class, you will keep that student in any X class. This is the X class you may label in the college. So now we go back to the point which I just wanted to share. Okay, one by one I will share with you. You will remember now. In this lecture you will remember this 5 kingdom system of classification. Okay, and you will write these things in my paper. Okay, I want all these information in the paper if the question comes. Prokaryote. Monera is the prokaryote, very clear. Of course, there is a prokaryote. What is the definition of the prokaryote? The cells without the well-defined nuclear membrane. Remember, I did not tell the cell is without DNA. In the prokaryote, I did not tell you the cell is without the DNA. I did not tell the cell is without the chromosome. Chromosome and the DNA. DNA is the identification. DNA is the identification of the living thing, because sequence of nucleotide is very important. If the DNA is not present, life is not present. So only nuclear membrane is not present. Nuclear membrane mean I will give you further elaboration. In the eukaryote, well-developed cells. Prokaryote, less developed cells. What will happen in the prokaryote? What will happen in the eukaryote? Eukaryote. About the eukaryote, I will give you one information. They consist of membranous organelles. In the coming chapters, which is very soon I am going to start, in which I will tell you endoplasmic reticulum, I will use Golgi complex, I will use the mitochondria, some words I will use. I will tell you that they consist of the membranes. If they consist of the membranes, the membranous organelles mean membranous organelles in which the membranes are present. Membranous organelles in which the membranes are present, those organelles are present in the eukaryotic cell. Those membranes are present in the eukaryotic cell. And the prokaryotes, the membranous organelles are not present. Mean the organelles, the structure of the cell in which the membranous organelles are not present. Those membranous organelles, if they are not present, it means that they belong to prokaryotes. Okay ji? So I just defined the defined the prokaryote and the eukaryote. The well defined nucleus mean without with the nuclear membrane, eukaryote without nuclear membrane, it means prokaryote. It means bacteria do not consist of the membrane. No question mark, your question. So bacteria consist of cell membrane, because you did not study bacteria, but still you are getting information about the bacteria in the junior classes. You will say, sir, bacteria consists of cell membrane. Yes, you are right, only one membrane is present. This is the good information. You can write this one in the paper. Bacteria is only consist of the one membrane. It consists of only one membrane. One more thing about the bacteria. Bacteria outermost covering a cell wall. One more information about this about the bacteria. One more information about the bacteria. Bacterial cell wall is not cellulose. You will not be astonished, because you are telling source fungal cell wall is also not cellulose. You told us that fungal cell wall composed of chitin, fungal cell wall composed of the chitin, and the bacterial cell wall will also be composed of the chitin. No. Bacterial cell wall is composed of another material, that is not the chitin, that is not the cellulose. It means bacteria says, I am not a fungus. Each living thing wants his identification. He tells us, I am not fungus. I am not, bacteria says, I am not plant, I am not animal, I am not fungus. They are making difference. They are differentiating themselves from the other. For example, bacteria says, my cell wall composed of polysaccharide plus amino acid. Polysaccharide plus amino acid. I will tell you, this word is not written, but technically this word will be in the textbooks and in the senior classes, because I have to use those words which you will study in the upcoming chapters and also in the senior sessions. So I am going to speak one word, that is a peptidoglycan. If you have a copy, you can write. I will try to write here. Okay, I try to write peptidoglycan. Because it's difficult to write here, but I am going to write pep. You have written. Okay, now I am starting here. Okay, I am starting here. Peptido, do. Okay ji, you have written peptido. Now I will write once again remaining one, glycan, GLYCAN. So I think you have written peptidoglycan, PEPTIDOGLYCAN, peptidoglycan. So what is the peptidoglycan? This is a conjugated molecule. Sir, what is a conjugated molecule? You are junior, so I have to tell you definitions. These all terms are coming. These are terms I have to repeat 100 times, even 500 times. You will, in the 4 years, if you are going to study biology in FSC, if even you will not study up to 10, you will repeat. I will repeat these informations again, and they are coming. So peptidoglycan is a conjugated molecule. What is the conjugated molecule? CONJUGATD, conjugated molecule. What is the conjugated molecule? Two organic molecules combine. Those two organic molecules which combine, they will form a molecule which is a conjugated molecule. So why this is conjugated molecule? Look here. Why this is conjugated molecule? Two molecules are there. One is polysaccharide, one is the amino acid. What is the polysaccharide? This is a carbohydrate. What is the amino? This is a protein. Look here. This is a carbohydrate and peptine. Protein. Amino acid means protein. I will tell you difference between the amino acid and the protein in the coming sessions, but amino acid combine to form the protein, so this is a protein. Carbohydrate is also there. So what is the meaning of peptidoglycan? Peptidoglycan mean it consists of protein and the carbohydrate. So this word also meaning here, peptine. Here also meaning is that polysaccharide plus amino acid mean this is protein plus amino acid, protein and amino acid. So protein and amino acid made the peptidoglycan. Peptidoglycan, that is the identification of, that is the meaning of conjugated molecule. So what happened now? What is the meaning of the conjugated molecule? Once again, protein and the amino acid is called as a conjugated molecule. They combine to form peptidoglycan. One easy word I will use in the next sessions. I will not use here, because you know peptidoglycan is enough for you here. So what will happen? The bacteria consist of such composed material which is not present in the cell wall of the fungus, in the cell wall of the plant. So what is the next one? Okay, you go back. So autotroph, heterotroph. Just this is amazing. You know, I was talking about that the bacteria will say I am different from others. But you will also say to me in my classroom, sir, I am a unique one, I am a different. Oh, unique persons have more values. If you have 4 brothers in a home and you have some unique nature, for example, you can recite not very well, your father will give you importance. If you are a very conversatory and you are going to speak very well in front of others, and your other 3 brothers are not speaking well, and your brothers are not working hard, and you are also working hard, you have some extra skills, what will happen? Your father will invest money more to your studies and may send you overseas for the further education. It means bacteria says, I am more trained, I am more better living thing, I am more different, I am not plant, I am not animal. So amazing what the bacteria is doing. It is telling I am autotroph as well as heterotroph. With some bacteria, it is not classifying that I am only autotroph. It is telling I can become autotroph as well, and some bacteria are heterotroph. It means this is amazing. This is amazing. He is telling bacteria, some bacteria can produce the food because they consist of chlorophyll, and some bacteria cannot produce the food, and some bacteria can produce the food by the chemicals, chemosynthetic bacteria. In the first year class, I have to tell you. I did not want to use this word chemosynthetic bacteria, this difficult word, but I am just going to tell you the unique nature of the bacteria. The bacteria is going to make the food by help of the chemical, even without chlorophyll. So this nature differentiates the bacteria from the others. Multicellularity. Multicellular means it consists of unicellular, one cell or many cells. It do not consist of the many cells. It do not consist of the many cells. It do not consist of the many cells. Reason? Because it is unicellular, and of course one cell and still without nuclear membrane. We'll go back to next one because I am comparing this graph. Now I go to next one, Protista. I used one lecture to explain this term because you know I know importance of this Protista. Protista is eukaryote. Okay, at least now you are in eukaryote, well defined, with a well defined nuclear membrane. Okay, this is a complete cell. Nuclear envelope. What is the meaning of nuclear envelope? The point I was telling you, nuclear envelope. Nuclear membrane is also called nuclear envelope. So in eukaryotes, nuclear envelope present. In the prokaryote, nuclear envelope is not present. Okay, ji, we'll go back to next one. Non-cellulose polysaccharide plus amino acids. Cell wall. We'll go to it. Present. This is a present in some form, various types. Cell wall. In the protist, present or not. I told one point that Protista is not a closed group because you are adjusting all living things which don't resemble the bacteria, don't resemble the plant, don't resemble the animal, don't resemble the fungus, and you are adjusting you cannot say that cell wall is present or cell wall not present, because some groups may have cell wall and some will be without cell wall, because that is a more diverse. Similarly, photosynthetic may be. Of course, the alga will be photosynthetic because they are not going to adjust in the plant due to not fulfilling the definition of the plant, and some animals will also be present like paramecium, who can move by cilia like locomotor structure but don't fulfill the definition of animal. Yani we cannot be included in animal because animals are developed living things, they are less developed living things, so they are not going to be adjust. And also both, some are photosynthetic or heterotroph. Euglena mean that sometime it can make food, it cannot make food. Some may occur in a combined fashion, mean heterotroph. It may be heterotroph, sometime it may be autotroph. So therefore their unique nature adjusted them in Protista by Ernst Haeckel. You know, when you were studying Ernst Haeckel in the last sessions. We'll go back to any other thing absent in most form. Multicellularity. I think this will not explain much better. I will explain this one. I will explain. Now, you know that in Protista, unicellular organisms also present, multicellular organisms are also present. Mean one-celled living things are also present, and multiple cells, multicellular mean may consist of many cells, organisms also present. So if you are going to adjust a unicellular, multicellular, you cannot say they are unicellular, you cannot say multicellular. In the Protista, unicellular also present, multicellular also present. Now you will confuse. You will say, sir, in the Protista, if the unicellular present and multicellular present, so at least you should form a group in which only unicellular organisms are present, and you should make any group in which multicellular organisms are present. I will tell you. You will learn the Protista in such a way that these all animals are microscopic. This is my definition, and you will be able to create the difference between the plants, animals, and the protista in a better way. Plants, animals are large and they are visible by naked eye, and this protista, you cannot make the rule they are one celled or they are multiple cells. They may be unicellular, they may be multicellular, but they are visible by microscope. They are microscopic. I told you because I observed all these organisms, they are mostly microscopic, and that definition exactly suits in this group. We'll go back to next one, which is very easy, of course, because we have discussed a lot. Eukaryotes, fungus, yes, fungus, eukaryote. They are not the prokaryote, mean they are not the bacteria. Nuclear envelope, very easy. Nuclear envelope will be present. Nuclear envelope should be present. Okay, ji. Chitin, of course, they are composed of the chitin. Okay, ji, because fungal cell wall composed of the chitin, which is the complex carbohydrate. Absorptive mode of nutrition. The point I was discussing in the last two lectures, it came from the book as well. Present in most forms. Most forms in many types of fungus. One chapter you will study about the fungus in 9th or 10th class. Go back to Plantae. Now this is the easiest classification. Plantae, Animalia. They are complex. They are eukaryotes. They are not prokaryotes. They are not the bacteria. Nuclear envelope, present cellulose. This was the main difference between the plants and the fungus and the fungal cell wall and the bacterial cell wall. The plant cell wall composed of the cellulose and polysaccharide. I will explain later on, because some cell walls composition is polysaccharide, but they still come under definition of the plant because cellulose is also present. Photosynthetic, of course, they can produce the food. They are autotroph, and they are present in multicellular form, mean they are multicellular also. We go back to the next one, which is the Animalia, kingdom Animalia. This is the biggest kingdom, and this is the kingdom which you wanted to know. That is the eukaryote. They are the eukaryotes, and they have the well-defined nuclear membrane and present nuclear envelope present, and problem, they lack cellulose, they lack chloroplast, they cannot produce the food, and they are heterotroph. Ingestive heterotroph means they will eat like us. Now I define the two type of the feeding. One feeding that you will secrete enzymes outside, enzymes will digest the food outside, that is the extracellular digestion, and one is the enzyme will digest the food in our body, mean by hands you will keep the food inside, that is the ingestive heterotroph. Yani the food which we eat, just like we all eat by hands, and we eat the food inside oral cavity, and enzymes in our alimentary canal change the protein into amino acid, the fats into fatty acid, glycerol, and the carbohydrates into glucose. This type of nutrition is called ingestive heterotroph, and we are not making food, we are heterotroph, and we are also in all forms present, mean that we are more complex also. So this was lecture number 17. Today I think I clarified this 5 kingdom system, and you will be able to write better in the paper for the future learning as well. Allah Hafiz.